everyone. I've prepared 2 examples to help you with the angles in isosceles triangles questions that you're going to complete today. So if we have a look at example 1, we've been given a diagram with the isosceles triangle and the 130 degrees on the outside of the triangle. So what you need to do here is remember a couple of things that you've already covered. So the first one is, if we consider these 2 angles here, they are on the straight line. So what you should hopefully remember is that a straight line is equal to 180 degrees. So we know that part of this angle here is 130 degrees. So to find the missing one, we just subtract the 130 from the 180. So if we do that, we are left with 50 degrees. So we've got 50 degrees in that bottom right hand corner of the isosceles triangle. So what else should we remember here? Well, isosceles triangles have 2 special properties. They have 2 equal sides, which have been labelled here with these little lines, and the 2 equal angles are going to be in the bottom. Now we've just worked out that this angle here is 50, which means that we can fill in the other bottom corner with 50 degrees as well. So the second rule that you're going to have to think about to help you answer this question is the angles inside the triangle. So what you need to remember is they also add up to 180 degrees. So we've worked out 2 angles. So we've got 50 plus the extra 50, which makes 100 degrees. And we want to take that away from the 180 that would be the total for inside the triangle. So that's going to leave us with 80 degrees. So 80 degrees is the angle that goes at the top. And we've now finished that particular example. We've filled in all of the missing angles. So if we look at example 2 next, we've been given this diagram, very similar. The only difference is we've been given the angle inside the isosceles triangle at the top. So it's the unique angle inside the isosceles triangle. So what we're going to have to do is find these equal angles at the bottom of our isosceles triangle first. So if you think back to what I've just said about the previous example, these 3 angles here inside the triangle should add up to 180 degrees. So if we start with the 180 and take off what we know, the 50, that's going to leave us with 130 degrees. Now, they are not both going to be 130 degrees each. Remember, that's what they make together. So to find what they are separately, we're going to have to half it because we know that they're equal. So if we half the 130, we're going to have 65 degrees for our solution. So we've got 65 degrees for our equal angles inside the isosceles triangle. So we're almost finished. We've got one more angle to find, which is this one on the outside of the isosceles triangle. So what we're going to do again is consider that we have a straight line there. So remember, straight lines make 180 degrees. So 180, take away what you know, the 65, will tell us what that missing value is, which is going to be 115 degrees. So we've got 115 degrees on the outside of the isosceles triangle. So I hope these 2 examples are useful for you in attempting the questions that you've got to do in your exercise. As always, folks, please let me know if you need any help. Just send me a wee message on Show My Homework. Okay, take care, folks.